Hey everyone, how's it going out there? I know I haven't been around for a while, but I've had a lot going on in my personal life, so I just haven't had the time to make a video lately. But, as I promised, and I told you guys in my last video, is that I finally got a PS4, and you guys are probably wondering, what does Retro think of it? Well, I'm going to be honest, I'm not super impressed. Graphic-wise, 50-50. But I'm not super impressed at all. This is not the Nintendo killer that everyone was talking about. In fact, you know what? Let's just get to it, because I'm doing this review because of someone that I know who swears by this thing, and I just can't believe how dumb she is. But here we go. So here it is. Here is my PS4. I've had it for quite some time now, and I now have a like-hate relationship with this thing. Not even a love-hate relationship, a like-hate relationship, and that's pretty bad. And if you want to know why, it's because, do I think this is a significant upgrade from the PS3? No, I don't. I don't think that this was a significant... there wasn't enough done, in other words, to change from the PS3 to this thing. But we'll get to that in a moment. But the main thing that bugs me about this system is that it forces you to use a strong internet connection and to have a PlayStation Plus account. You cannot use you have to have PlayStation Plus in order to use this thing. I mean, not to use it, but a lot of the games are more fun online, and to get online on this thing, unlike the PS3, which was an option to have PlayStation Plus, which for a year costs $60, or for 3 months, $18, which I think is a total rip. And the truth is that the PlayStation 4 should have been free, just like the PlayStation 3. And I know why they did it. It's because the PlayStation 3 was so easy to hack and they needed money for it. So they figured, okay, you want a secure internet? PlayStation Plus is you're going to pay for it, basically. But here's my main gripe with this thing. Unlike the PlayStation 3, which you could easily get on the internet with just the Wi-Fi, if you don't have a significantly strong Wi-Fi, which most people don't, you're fucked. Because most people don't have hardwired internet these days. And look at this. In my area, I have the strongest Wi-Fi there is around in my area. And look, I was forced to hardwire my PlayStation 4. And yet on my PlayStation 3, I can still run it off Wi-Fi. That is unacceptable. If this is truly a more advanced system, you shouldn't have to use hardwire at all. You didn't have to on the PS3. Why do you have to use a hardwire on the internet for this? It makes no sense. Well, let's take a closer look. Now, it's true, there are a lot of great games that you can play on the PS4. Like, ultimately, the game that drove me to buy a PS4 was Doom. And this is a great reason to buy a PS4, folks. Doom recently won Game of the Year. And I'll tell you another time, but I think we're going to see a port of this on the Switch. But this is a reason to buy a PS4 or an Xbox One. Mega Man Legacy Collection. Worth having, but I'll tell you, there's better Mega Man collections because this only has the first 6 from the original NES, which makes no sense. Why would you release on a PlayStation the original NES games, but not the PlayStation games? That makes no sense. The spiritual successor, Mighty Number 9. I've played this. This is the best version of it there is. It's the least buggy. He moves faster than in the Wii U version, surprisingly. I don't know what the gripe is about this game. It's just an average game, folks. It was hyped up as being something super special, but it wasn't. Batman Arkham Knight, another great reason to have a PS4. You like Batman? Get this game. Worms, WMD. Great game. Just came out this year in 2016, but I don't think a lot of people bought it because I can't find hardly any people to play with online, so... And by the way, since I have a PS4 now, you're welcome to send me a friend request. I'll have my name up at the end. This is a great one. Wolfenstein: The New Order. This came out even before Doom, but this is a great game. You should get this one. Just beware, it's rated M for mature. You should be at least 17 years old if you're going to play this, because I'm warning you, it has a lot of sexuality scenes. Not for the kids. Star Wars Battlefront. Yeah, this piece of crap. I'll get to a review of this at some point. It's an okay game, but what bugs me the most is that when it was released, they lied to you. They lied that it had absolutely no single player of any sort. Well, guess what? There is single player in this. It's not campaign, but there is single player. So fuck you, EA. Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. Great game. Already beat it. If you already have the PS3 version and you haven't gotten rid of your PS3, there really isn't any reason to pick this one up, other than that it looks slightly better, but I've already beaten it on the PS4 and the PS3, but I'm sad to say, other than her face, there really isn't that much of a difference. Advanced Warfare. I'll get to more of this in a review of it, but I'm telling you guys, I'm very disappointed in Advanced Warfare, because to me, even though it's made by Sledgehammer Games and not Treyarch, this just feels like a demo, an incomplete demo of what became Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Sorry. Call of Duty Ghosts, nothing to mention about this game. It's solid online multiplayer, but that's about it. And Black Ops 3 we'll get to soon, because Black Ops 3, I'll tell you, so far is the best Call of Duty game on the PS4. This is the one you want. I haven't gotten Infinite Warfare yet, but there's a reason for that. I'm waiting for it to drop in price a little bit, because I'll tell you, it's not worth the $60. But yeah, the problem is, a lot of those games, except for Worms, Mega Man, and Mighty Number 9, all of them are like 50 gigabytes worth of memory. And the PlayStation 4 only comes with 500 gigabytes of memory. And half these games I didn't even... More than half, actually, I didn't even own until recently. And yet, when I got my PS4, it filled up like within 2 months because there's only 500 gigabytes. But the problem is that half those gigabytes are already eaten up by features pre-installed on your PS4 that you can't get rid of. And I had to replace the hard drive. Here's the original 500 gigabyte hard drive. Look, my point is, and listen to me, Ellen Shank, and by the way, if you guys are subscribed to her, unsubscribe to her, because she wants a PS4, but all she has is a Wii, and she doesn't get the problems that are the PS4. She thinks she'll just get to them. No. She is a nutball. Do not subscribe to her, fellows. In fact, I think I'm going to unsubscribe to her myself, but the problem is, I know her in person. Here's the problem with the PS4, Ellen, right here. The 5 gigabyte not 5 gigs, but the 500 gigabyte hard drive. You think that's a lot? It's not. When you have pre-installed things that you can't undo about the PS4 installed on this, and then each game takes 50 gigabytes, that fills up your thing fast. In fact, I'll show you right here. Okay, so I've opened up my PS4. You can see all my games here. Got to go over to settings. Now, where is it? You got to find the storage and management settings. Scroll down. Sound. Oh, there it is. Application. See? I have a 1 terabyte hard drive. And left, I only have 403.7 gigabytes. It fills up really quick. And I showed you all the games that I have. It's ridiculous. So, why on earth did they give you, when they knew the games were only going to be so big, only a 500 gigabyte hard drive? And see, yes, you do have to have the PlayStation Plus membership. And look how many few games I have. Wolfenstein, Black Ops 3, Advanced Warfare, Worms. Look, I don't even have that many games, and my 1 terabyte is already almost half full. Or is half full, I should say. So yeah, Ellen, 500 gigabytes is not enough. What the hell? Why would you release a console that when your games are going to use 50 gigabytes a piece, would you release a game console with only 500 gigabytes of free space? That makes no sense! And two, why the fuck would you release a console that's supposed to be more advanced than your last gen one that almost next begs to be hardwired? When your last gen console didn't even need a hardwire! Fuck you, PlayStation! And yet, under all that baloney, there's a feature under the party setting that redeems and saves the PlayStation 4 just a little bit for me. You go to the party, you create a party, and then under party, you can invite, play together, but first, share play. And when you click start, once you invite somebody, you can play with a friend who doesn't have the game. You can play 2 players over the internet connection. And what's remarkable about this is that even if one of you doesn't have the game, due to the share play, you can play together. Now, it only works on certain games. But alas, this in and of itself is where the PS4, even though this is great, falls flat in copycatting Nintendo, because SharePlay is just a copycat done better over far distance of the Nintendo DS and 3DS sharing the same game without one person having the cartridge. So, but my main problem is there's not enough games that are required to buy a PS4. Most of the Call of Duty games are on the PS3. And why would you make us pay $20 for 3 months or $50 for a year, which is now $60, by the way? I forgot. This stupid thing is crap. Why would you do that to your customers when your last console did not require PlayStation Plus? And Bonehead Ellen, get it through your head already. The PlayStation 4 internet is not free. And if you only make $10 to $20 a week, there is no way that you are ever going to afford a PlayStation 4. Read it from me. You spend so much on your Diet Coke, and you are so stupid at your Wii games because you think that you lost because the game was unfair, when the truth is you were only going 3 miles an hour in a race, and you said you had to go slow because you couldn't get through the loops. Well, guess what? That's why you lost. And if you have been saving for several months and you're only up to $90, you are never going to get a PS4 in time. I say you're better off buying a used PS3, or buy a Wii U, or buy the Switch. The Nintendo Switch is going to slaughter the PS4. Mark my words. Because it is a console that you can not only dock and be as powerful or on par with the PS4, and now it's possibly looking like the Pro even, because we've heard you cannot rely on these rumors, folks. You can rely on what Bethesda and other people are saying. Bethesda said it's the most magnificent demo they've ever seen. And Bethesda didn't even want to support the Wii U, but here they're praising the Switch. That says something. The Switch is going to kill PS4 and PS4 Pro and Xbox One. I guarantee you it. They'll still be around, but I mean in terms of popularity, it's going to slaughter it. Because third parties are hopping on board left and right for the Switch. Mark my words. The PlayStation 4 is not going to last much longer in popularity. The Nintendo Switch, when it's docked, is on par with it. But then when you take it out, it is a portable console. And that is going to make sales skyrocket for the Switch. PlayStation 4, you look out. There is no need to be releasing a console when the games are that big with only a 500 gigabyte hard drive in it. The one thing you did right in that sense, unlike the Xbox One, is to release console where you can replace the hard drive. What you didn't do correct, and that was stupid that the Xbox One does correct, is you didn't make it compatible with external hard drives. And what you both did wrong is that in order to even use this thing, because it doesn't play directly off the discs, is if you don't have internet at all, you are fucked. You're fucked. You can't even use the PS4 or the Xbox One if you don't have internet. Because the way the disc, all the disc is a key. You download the game from the disc. That's it. So, my final rating for this system is a shit stain on Sony out of 5. Because I have a like-hate relationship with this thing. Not even a love-hate relationship, a like-hate. And that's pretty bad. I'll see you next time.
Ah, crap, I'm over my time. Fudge!